the Ethiopian government that we have now is a type of government that we commonly call a federal government. And there are about 9 states which are autonomous. They have their own laws and structures and things like that, and they decide many things by themselves. There are federal issues that the federal government has powers to enact laws, and there is a federal family law which is applicable in federal matters. Because we are dealing with inter-country adoption, our situation is governed by the family code enacted by the federal government of Ethiopia. But every adoption process needs, and every child's case needs to be verified and ascertained through each government level throughout Ethiopia. And this is how the structure looks like. Each state in Ethiopia have under them zones for which they are accountable to. So among the states that we have in Ethiopia, we call them regions. Among the regions in Ethiopia, Southern Peoples, Nations and Nationalities region is one of the regions, and under it has various zones, and these zones are accountable to the regional government here. Each zone is accountable to many waradas below it, and then each warada in one zone would be accountable to many qabales. These qabales are basically government structures at the grassroots level. When a child's document is needed to be processed for adoption, the first place our social worker would go is to the qabales. This is the grassroots level of government structure from which we begin the whole process. And an official from the qabale would typically fill out a form describing the name of the child, the age of the child, the parental status of the child, and all other information, all other basic or vital information regarding the child, and would complete the form. And the form would typically include and tell whether that the child has any one of his parents deceased, or and also if the remaining or the surviving parent is able to raise that child or not. After this vital information is completed, the qabale official would sign the letter and send it to the warada official for verification. This is the level where we have the so-called, we commonly call them the local courts. So these vital information collected would be sent, hand-delivered to the warada officials here, and then it would be submitted to the local courts. The local courts basically try to verify that the truthfulness of the documents, and in most cases what would happen is the surviving parents of the children would be required to bring witnesses to verify the truthfulness of the facts ascertained on the vital information. So 2 or 3 witnesses would verify to the fact that a typical child has no parents, or in case he has a surviving parent, that remaining parent does not have the means to support him. And this additional information would also be included together with the qabale information and would be sent to the zonal level. And this is the stage where we commonly refer to it as the zonal recommendation letter. The zonal official, well, in our case, we are dealing with Sodo zone because we are working in Sodo zone. The official in Sodo zone would check and verify all the documents that are brought to him from the qabale level and the warada level, and write its recommendation to the regional government, or directly to the Ministry of Women's Affairs at the federal level, that he thinks that that child is adoptable and would be willing or would support that particular adoption of that child.